If my words did glow with the gold of sunshine, and my tunes were played on the harp unstrung, would you hear my voice come through the music? Would you hold it near as it were your own? Hey, it's Nate with another piano tutorial. Today I'm doing Ripple by Grateful Dead. This is such a beautiful, simple, uplifting song. I'm going to teach you a super easy but great sounding piano accompaniment. Let's jump in. Alright, so first off, I recommend you get the chords and lyrics chart. There's a link down in the description. That'll help you follow along and see where the chords line up with the lyrics. I'll start out with the main verse chord progression. There's only 3 chords you need for that. First is going to be a G major chord, and we're going to do an inversion on G. So right hand thumb is on B, second finger's on D, pinky is on a high G, and then in the left hand, I'm just doing a single G bass note for now with my pinky. And this is middle C here, just so you get the octave there. And you could do a regular root position G if you're more comfortable with that, but this G sounds more like the guitar on the recording, and it flows really nicely to the C chord, which is the second chord we need. So for the C, we've got C, E, G. Left hand, second finger can hit this C bass note here, and just notice how smooth that transition is. In fact, a lot of this song is going back and forth between those 2 chords. So I would spend a minute here and just getting comfortable with that. Your pinky just stays on G. And then finally, the third chord we need is a D major. It'll look like that. You can use your left hand thumb on the D there, and then right hand D, F sharp, and A. So here's the chord progression. We got 4 lines, and we are in 4/4 time, so each one of these measures gets 4 counts. We're feeling it kind of a fast 4/4, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll add more rhythm in a minute, but for now, let's just play through the structure of this, just holding down the chords and doing all the counting. So it's going to be G, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3. Stays on C for a while. 2, 3. One more C, 2, 3, 4. Back to G, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, G, and then it would repeat around for the second verse. I'll give you 2 rhythm options in increasing difficulty. The first would be to keep doing what you're doing in the left hand and start playing on beats 2 and 4 in the right hand. So it would look like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. If my words did glow with the gold of sunshine, and my tunes were played on the harp unstrung. To get it to really sound like the recording with the bass feel, we can do something that's going to sound like this. So in the left hand, we're going to be doing fifths. So for the G chord, you're going to be on G and D. For the C chord, we're going to actually move the left hand up to be on C and G, like that. And then for the D chord, you're going to be on D and A. And you're going to play on beats 1 and 3. So you're kind of alternating between hands, and in the left hand, you alternate between the root and the fifth. So let's just loop that on the G for a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course, with the singing, it's going to be, if my words did glow with the gold of sunshine, and my tunes were played on the harp unstrung. In the middle of the first and third lines, when it first goes from the G to the C, there's this little walk up in the left hand. It's going to sound like this. Glow with the gold of sunshine. So you're just walking up on A and B, fourth and third finger, on beats 3 and 4 of that second measure of G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Now this is a little easier if you're just doing the single roots, because we're going to end up on our second finger on C. If you're going to do the fifths, you got to kind of hop your thumb there and then reposition, but it's not too tricky. And then finally, if you're doing that rhythm with the right hand, it would hit on the B. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Like that. So I think that's a nice little touch. I'm also using the sustain pedal here, so it sounds nice and lush with all the notes kind of ringing out together, but you do need to do a little lift every time the chord changes so it doesn't get too muddy. If you need help with pedal lift timing, I made a video all about that. After the first verse, there is a second verse and then the chorus. Now I should mention at the end of the second verse before the chorus, there is an extra measure of G while it waits to land in the chorus. And that's going to be true of the fourth verse as well before we go into the second chorus. It's also true of the intro. So let me play through the whole verse 2 with all the details we've talked about and the singing, and then we'll learn the chorus, and then I'm going to show you the intro with the little guitar melody as well. It's a hand-me-down. The thoughts are broken. Perhaps they're better left unsung. I don't know. Don't really care. Let there be songs to fill the air. Ripple in. So that's me landing in the chorus. And before we do that, I just want to point out that little walk down moment. And I would say this is totally optional, but the guitars do this as it transitions to the chorus. Sounds kind of cool. So basically in the right hand, the notes there is going to be G, F sharp, just this little chromatic movement. The left hand is going to be B, B flat, and the timing there is just going to be on beats 3 and 4 of that extra measure of G. So from the second to last G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then landing in the chorus. Ripple. So let's look at that. This is this A minor chord. Here's the chords for the chorus. So first out, we've got this A minor. So that's going to be C, E, and A. It's a really similar inversion to what we were using for the G. It's just a step higher. And I'm going to do the A and E for the fifths here. You could just do a single A bass note though, if that's easier for you. There's 2 measures of that in still water. Next line. Where there is no pebble tossed. So if you're doing that walk up in the verse, you can do it as well there in the second line of the chorus. Tossed, nor wind to blow. So last new chord here for the song, it's an A major chord. So that's going to be A, C sharp, and E. Even though we're doing that inversion on the A minor, I'm going to do this A major in root position to blow, and then that would be going into the next verse. Reach out your hand. Cool. So you now know everything you need to do a cover of this song. I did want to give you the option to play the guitar melody in the intro like you hear it on the record. That's going to be the... but I'll say this is totally optional. I'm going to go a little bit quickly. You can totally do the intro just by playing it the same way we did the verses, just with that extra measure of G at the end. Maybe you're playing piano in a band and there's a guitar player that's going to do the lead melody, but I'll demonstrate the lead melody for the right hand on piano. If I go a little too fast for you, you can always slow down the playback speed. Use the little settings wheel at the bottom of the video. Here is the first line for this. So up top, I've got the right hand single notes, and then below that is the left hand chords, and we can just do the bass notes for now. We can go back to just single bass notes. So we've got B, B, C, D. So those first notes, the B, B, C, are pickup notes kind of leading into the song, and then the chord progression kicks off as you hit the D, and then the G is the left hand bass note. So B, B, C, D, 2, 3, 4. The second measure of G hits. I'm going to move my right hand up to put the third finger on the higher G and do G, B, A, B, and then G, D, E. So notice that it was on the G that it connected with the switch to C for the underlying chord. And then we have another C, and then D, E, G hits with C again. G, A, G hits with C again. Let me play that much again. B, B, C, D. G, B, A, B, G, D, E. D, E, G, G, A, G. Okay, to finish this lineup, we've got D, E. So they're going to hit together here. G, A, G, E, D. And on that last D, we get back to the G chord in the left hand. In terms of the rhythm, if you know how to sing the song, this basically just follows the vocal melody rhythm. They finesse it a little bit, like dun, 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 dun. You know, it hits that first D a little bit before the G hits. But if it's too hard to try to anticipate it and stuff, it sounds good to just hit it right on the beat. Okay, so here's the second line. It starts out the same way. So we've got B, B, C, D, G, G, B, A, B, G, D, E. So here's where it gets a little different. I'm gonna move my second finger to G this time, because in a second we need our pinky to be able to reach C. G, A, B, as we go down to G in the left hand. B, C, A. So the A intersects with the D there, and then D, E, G, A, G. I'm gonna play that whole thing slowly. Cool. Now you could totally add those left hand walk-ups, like and you can do the full left hand bass line that we've been doing as well. So that might be a little bit tricky if you are newer to piano and haven't really worked on drilling your rhythm too much, but I think it sounds cool, and that's how I'm going to do it in my cover. And when you get to the very end and go back to G here, you can just pick up the rhythm with the chords right after you're done playing the melody as you get ready to sing the first verse. So the last little bit is going to be 2, 3, 4. 1. If my words did glow. So just on beat 2, hitting that first G chord and rolling right into the verse. Okay, thank you for sticking with me. I'm now going to do a full play and sing through so you can see how all these pieces we've been talking about fit together in the full song. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Also subscribe to the channel if you are not already. Click the bell so you know when I put out more videos like this one. And also drop a request down in the comments. This one was a request. Okay, here's my version of Ripple. If my words did glow with the gold of sunshine, and my tunes were played on the harp unstrung, would you hear my voice come through the music? Would you hold it near as it were your own? It's a hand-me-down. The thoughts are broken, perhaps they're better left unsung. I don't know, don't really care. Let there be songs to fill the air. Ripple in still water when there is no pebble tossed, nor wind to blow. Reach out your hand. If your cup be empty, if your cup is full, may it be again. Let it be known there is a fountain that was not made by the hands of men. There is a road, no simple highway between the dawn and the dark of night. And if you go, no one may follow. That path is for your steps alone. Ripple in still water when there is no pebble tossed, nor wind to blow. You who choose to lead must follow. But if you fall, you fall alone. If you should stand, then who's to guide you? If I knew the way, I would take you home. La da da da, la da 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 da, la da da, la da, la da 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 da, la da da da, la da 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 da, da da, la da da, la da 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 da.